Hello, in today's video, I'm going to show you my exact proven framework to help you lose body fat effortlessly and have freedom with food in 90 days without restrictive dieting or long-term macro tracking. This is the exact framework that took me from restrictive dieting to food freedom and while maintaining a body that I love and enjoying margaritas and tacos by the pool without guilt. On the left is when I was in bikini competitions, eating very restrictive. And on the right, I am obviously enjoying a good taco and still feeling really confident in my body. And I also want to share a little bit about what my history looked like to get from restrictive dieting to food freedom. So, again, on the left, I was retired from sports. I just got done. I was gymnast my whole life. I did cheerleading, ran track. And so I was naturally, athletic and did a lot of sports, but I went from a place of eating 1,300 calories or less per day. I was working out 6 times per week, low confidence, absolutely no energy. I was striving for perfect. So I never was really fully happy in my body. I was doing bikini competitions. I was always comparing myself to other people. And I constantly had guilt with food. Anytime that I ate something that was off plan or out of my diet, I would feel extremely guilty about it. But now on the right, currently eating 2,000 plus calories a day, maintaining my physique, continually building muscle, working out only 3 to 4 times per week, which can be a combination of things, not just weightlifting. I have tons of energy, striving for purpose and longevity more than a quick fix. Lifestyle fitness, I'm enjoying foods I love without guilt, and I'm the most confident in my body that I've ever been. And so I just want to show you enough about me. I want to get to you. So by the end of this video, you are going to know my exact framework to lose the extra weight while enjoying foods you love and keep it off for good, girl. You're going to fit into your favorite jeans again, know how to trust your body with food so you never have to go on a diet again. Yes, I mean it when I say that. And no longer have guilt around food and honor your body to God. So I can imagine you're probably thinking, Faith, it's impossible to lose 10 or 20 pounds or even lose fat without restricting my food. But I want to tell you, it's already been achieved by myself and my clients. And I also want to give this encouragement to you too that it is also possible for you. So let's go into a couple of clients that really stand out to me that you can relate to. So the first client, her name is Emily. This is her 90-day transformation. This is only 90 days. So she lost 23 pounds in 90 days while enjoying Chick-fil-A and Chipotle. She had her birthday in the midst of it, her daughter's birthday. And so she, ate out and still enjoyed the foods that she loved without guilt. She went from a double XL to a size large. She's a busy mom of 2 kids and works at her church as well. So she's a full-time mama and she helps at her husband's church. She's only working out 3 times per week, of course, getting her steps in as well. But in the past, she tried everything from Weight Watchers, keto, fasting, low carb, restricting her foods. She came to me literally trying everything. And now she started with short term macro tracking. And now she's not even tracking macros anymore. She's just enjoying food and trusting her body with it. And these are the results that she's had so far. And we're still working together. So that's within the first 90 days. Another client is Summer. This is an only 30-day transformation, and you can see the significant difference between her body composition. So she has increased her calories. So she's actually eating more than she did before. She's a busy mom of 4 children, so she's always busy. She is a chronic dieter and restrictive eater. So before she came to us, she was on a restrictive meal plan. She couldn't eat off plan, and if she did, she'd feel really guilty about it. But she is also only working out 3 to 4 times per week. But her body composition just within the past 30 days has drastically improved. She enjoyed fried chicken with family, and there's more food freedom on road trips. She had family in town over the summer and they like to eat out. So she just made it work with what she knows and what she has learned about mindful eating. The next is Christina. This is her 90-day transformation. So when she came to us, she had no idea how to fuel her body properly with food, not even macros, not even knowing what a macro was. She is a busy mom of 2 children and a full-time teacher. She was stuck in a cycle of falling on and off. She couldn't seem to maintain her results. And now I guess she's only working out 3 to 4 times per week. And now she is 10 plus pounds down. She's still losing weight. She couldn't seem to get under the 200s, and now she's in the 190s. Still enjoying fun recipes at home and going out for drinks and dinner with her friends, and still being able to see that weight loss. So at this point, I'm sure you're wondering, Faith, who are you? How did these clients get here? So I'll do a little introduction of myself. So my name is Faith Becker. I am the owner of Rise Lifestyle Coaching. It is a company that I started. I am a NASM certified personal trainer and certified nutrition coach, and I also am a mindful eating and weight loss expert. So I've been doing online health and wellness coaching since 2017. I've helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women ditch their diets and keep the weight off for good using my food freedom framework. Even women that have worked with me years ago have still come back to me and said, Faith, I'm still on my journey. I haven't gained the weight back, and I'm so happy with my results. So it's really awesome just to see women come back from that. But before we get into the video and dive into all of the things, I want to make it clear who this video is for. So this is for driven Christian women that are coachable. You're willing to try, even if you've quote unquote tried everything. You're ready to lead by example. You want to take ownership and responsibility over your actions, and you're in it for the long haul. And so with that, if you are not any of those and you're not willing to take ownership, you're lazy and you don't have the willingness to change, you're ignorant to new solutions and you want to stay where you're at, you want to keep doing the same patterns over and over, or you're someone who only wants quick fixes, you're not in it for the long haul, then I'm going to ask for you to click off this video and instead go watch other trainings first and then come back. Go learn a little bit more about what I do and how I help people before, continually watching this video, just so I don't waste your time, you don't waste mine, and we can make it very clear who this is for. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, if you are that driven Christian woman, I am going to go ahead and reveal my exact method for free that will get you from a place of restrictive eating to food freedom. So go ahead and grab a pen and a paper, and I'm going to go ahead and go into it. So the first thing I need to say is you can do this. I know it seems scary and daunting at first because there's so many methods out there, and how is this any different, right? So I just want to encourage you, you can do this even if you are busy, you work full time, you're a mom, you have a lot going on in your life right now, because trust me, girl, I get it. Life doesn't stop for anybody. If you're someone who travels a lot, you're going to school and working, you don't know where to start, you've tried every diet in the book, this is possible for you. Basically summarizing, no matter where you're at in life, this method will work for you because there's no restrictive in it. So with that, let's first cover where you're at right now before we go into all of the details into it. So you most likely have tried every diet in the book, from Weight Watchers, keto, fasting, low carb, that's just to name a few, even macro tracking. You spent money working with multiple coaches but didn't sustain results after working with them. You've thrown away all the junk food in your pantry, but end up binging again because you don't have anything that you can enjoy. And so you end up going back to the same results or habits. And also, you have likely navigated your journey on your own through watching YouTube videos, fitness apps, or guides, and it didn't really go well for you. And I gotta be honest with you, girl, most people have done the same exact thing. And the problem is that none of it works. And the reason why it doesn't work is because it keeps you in the yo-yo dieting cycle, thus never having true freedom with food. You're in a fear-based mindset rather than a faith-based mindset. So again, it keeps you holding on to it. And then the last thing is that it truly is kind of the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. That's why none of it works, is because you're constantly going back to what you originally knew. And so I want to show you how we go from restrictive dieting to mindful eating, which is food freedom. And I'm going to show you the exact, clear, step-by-step proven strategy to get there. And I'm sure you're wondering, Faith, how the heck is this different? Well, I will say it's not just a diet plan. It's not just something that you're going to follow. This is something that has faith-based coaching and community to help you grow in your relationship with Jesus, and also using biblical principles in your fitness journey, because we know as Christians, incorporating scripture is going to be very important, and allowing Jesus into our journey is what's going to allow us to sustain it long term. It also helps you learn to trust your body. Rather than trusting a plan or a diet, you're instead becoming way more in tune with what your body needs, which is how God designed us, right? And not only that, it helps you build habits that you can sustain for life. So I'm not talking, we're going to lose the weight and then after the program's over, what do, right? Like that happens all of the time. This is different because you're actually going to learn habits and tools that no matter what happens in life, whether you're traveling, life events happen, you're busy with work, it doesn't matter. You can still sustain it. So again, you're probably thinking, this isn't possible. I've literally tried it all. I have to put vacations and family events on hold, like we just talked about. I've invested money before and it didn't sustain the changes. I don't want to waste money again. I totally get that. But I want to tell you, this no longer has to be your story, right? It stops now. And I'm going to show you how. So I want to remind you of my story, going from a place of restrictiveness, not being able to sustain results, always feeling stuck in the yo-yo dieting cycle, to food freedom. And I have not tracked macros or been on a diet in over 6 years now, and I've been able to sustain my results. Currently, I'm pregnant as I'm recording this, so my body looks a little bit different, but being able to sustain this without having to go on a diet again. And I want to show you also clients that have been through those too. So Kelly, for example, she struggled to reach her goal weight for 3 years. 3 years. And we got there in 3 months. She went on a cruise with her husband and she still lost weight. She is postmenopausal and she was still able to achieve these results. She utilized macros but is now a mindful eater. She was a chronic dieter turned mindful eater in a matter of months while losing weight, going on vacation, eating sushi and fun foods on her cruise, and she worked full-time as well. And this is Kelly and her husband, Kurt, on the cruise ship. But she lost 10 pounds in a matter of that and lost 3 pounds on her vacation. Another person here is Jessie. This is her 90-day transformation. She lost body fat without restricting her food, had chronic cystic acne and bloating. Now her skin has cleared up and she's not experiencing symptoms of inflammation at all. She's no longer relying on the scale. And I got to be honest, there's only a 2-pound difference in these photos, which might be unbelievable, but that just shows that the scale isn't all that matters. It's also body composition. But she tried every restrictive diet in the past and she couldn't ever find a balance or freedom with food. But now she's only tracking 2 to 3 days a week. We're transitioning her into mindful eating and she's eating mindfully the other days. But that's where she's at right now. And one last one I want to show you right now is Abby. She went from eating less than 1,000 calories a day, and now she's eating well over 1,750. She's probably closer to 2,000 now. She lost fat and improved her muscle definition. You can see here in her transformation photos. No more hair fallout. Believe it or not, she was losing hair because she wasn't eating enough food, and now she's growing back even more hair than she was before. No more fatigue, brain fog, restriction, excessive cardio, or exercise. She only works out 3 to 4 times a week. And she used to be terrified of food, but now she trusts her body and knowing what it needs. So now she's allowing herself to eat more. So after seeing all these transformations, I'm sure you're wondering, now, how do you get there? How do I get there? I've seen all these people do it. I've seen you do it, Faith. Now, how can I do it? Well, I'm going to show you. So go ahead and grab out that pen and paper like I asked earlier, and let's get into it. So I want to introduce to you the Mindful Over Macros Food Freedom System that consists of 4 pillars. This is a system I came up with and something that I took myself through. So it consists of these 4 pillars, and if you want a screenshot, go for it. But the first thing, nutrition, is my Mindful Over Macros framework. So it helps you ditch restriction via short-term macro tracking, understand portion sizes and hunger cues, fuel your body based on what it needs, mindful eating for life, and enjoying the foods you love for good. It's also very high accountability, custom to your lifestyle. It helps you live up to your fullest potential. It helps you get really clear on your goals so that you're not confused as to what you're working towards. And it also helps you increase your confidence in your journey so that you're not constantly relying on your diet. The next thing is fitness. So it's personalized to you, of course, because if it's not custom to you, then it's not going to be sustainable. It results with only 3 to 4 workouts per week. You have enjoyable movement. So, for example, if you love dancing, hiking, swimming, it doesn't have to just stay in the gym. You can make it work. It also incorporates sustainable habits. And then our faith-based mindset. This is something that a lot of programs are missing, is rewiring those negative thoughts that are keeping you stuck in the cycle, helps you take on the mind of Christ, and doing intentional journaling to relate food back to Jesus and heal dieting patterns. Because again, a diet only goes so far. We have to do the internal work to see the external change. So with seeing this system, let's kind of talk about your starting point and where you're at right now. So going into this, right now, you're probably having no confidence in your body. You probably have little to no energy. You don't know how to reach your long-term goals and have it be sustainable. And I'm reading these off based off of like the trends of the clients that I've worked with. And sorry, my face is kind of blocking down here, but you hate how you look in a mirror. It's really hard to look into a mirror right now. You know God is calling you higher. You're having conviction of that, but you don't know where to go. You've tried every diet in the book and nothing has worked. You're afraid it will never work for you. You're sick and tired of being on the yo-yo dieting cycle. You want to reach your goal and you have the drive to do it. You've just never had a clear roadmap of how to get there. You want to set a good example to your family, your children, your coworkers, but you aren't where you want to be right now. And also, you avoid being in pictures. It's in the bottom here behind me, but that's something that I hear a lot, is that avoidance of being into pictures. Now, we don't want to stay here, right? So let's talk about our dream outcome. Where do you want to be? You want to walk into your room and feel confident. You want to fit into your favorite clothes again and love looking at yourself in the mirror. You want to have energy, play outside with your kids, or go do activities like you've always wanted to do, but your health was in the way. You're now going to live in purpose. Imagine living in the calling that God has set you to. You're having freedom with food in your body and your mind. You're breaking these generational chains. So you're no longer repeating the patterns of what your mom did or your grandma or what you've experienced in the past. You finally feel like yourself again. This is a really big one because who you are over here, the struggles, that's not who you've been designed to be. You feel like yourself when you prioritize your health. You lose the weight and you keep it off for good. Like, girl, no more gaining that weight back because you have sustainable habits now. You're enjoying vacations and holidays without worrying about gaining the weight because you have this balance with food. And it's also a sustainable lifestyle and habits that will last for life. Now, these are very different lists from where we're at right now and what the dream outcome is. And I'll tell you what won't get you there. What's not going to get you there is trying on your own, doing traditional diets, or doing in-person training, because those things only go so far. Now, what will get you there is the Mindful Over Macros food freedom system, because it is different. It's going to teach you long-term sustainability. So you might be thinking, how do you actually do all of that? So that's a great question. Let's go ahead and take a deeper look. So I'm going to go over the 4 pillars in my Mindful Over Macros framework to get you from your starting point of your struggles to the dream outcome, going over the 4 pillars of Mindful Over Macros nutrition framework, sustainable fitness, the high touch accountability, and the faith-based mindset transformation. So this brings us to our first pillar, which is nutrition and the Mindful Over Macros framework. So it's broken up into 3 phases. Phase 1 is macro tracking. Now, hang with me here because, of course, this isn't the end point. This helps you understand portion sizes and hunger cues so that as we go into phase 2, as you're releasing macros, which is what phase 2 is, you're tracking protein only or tracking only on the weekends, following a mindful eating food log, etc. It's different for every single client depending on where they're at and what's best for them, which again, think about having it customized to you. It's not going to be a one size fits all of like, this is the only way to go through things. If it was, then it wouldn't work, right? So trusting your hunger cues and what you learn from macros and applying it. Like, imagine being able to trust your body with food without having to track or constantly be in MyFitnessPal or anything like that. That's what's possible here. And that leads us into phase 3, which is mindful eating for life. And this is no tracking, no restricting, just simply trusting your body. eliminating guilt and enjoying the foods you love while reaching your goals. This is going to enable you to go on vacation or go to a date night and being able to order anything on the menu that's not just a salad with grilled chicken. Like, that's exhausting. It's boring. So you'll be able to trust your body and yourself so that you're not overindulging, so that you're not also under eating, and having a really beautiful balance so that you can have that food freedom. So this is the first pillar. And this, again, is what's going to really build that freedom for you. Pillar 2 is our fitness. So in this, it is a customized, personalized plan to you. Again, this is what allows longevity. It's resistance training alongside of lifestyle cardio. So being able to enjoy things that you love, such as swimming, hiking, dancing, things that I mentioned earlier. It's also growing in the knowledge of how to put workouts together so that you can sustain it on your own, and confidence in knowing what you're doing rather than throwing random pieces together, because it's so exhausting to go on YouTube or anywhere, TikTok, wherever, and just piece things together and not knowing if it'll actually work for you. This will help you build the confidence so that you know exactly what to do. Not only that, having those habits, such as your step goal, water goal. This is an example of the calendar of one of my clients. But this will just allow you to have more freedom, to feel really confident in your body, because part of it is losing fat, being able to fit into your favorite jeans again, and doing it without over working out. So we're not talking like, working out every single day. It's, 3 to 4 times per week, right? Super sustainable. The next pillar is high touch accountability. So one-on-one help in regards to weekly check-ins. So before, you probably had a program to follow. It was kind of on your own. No, this is very high touch accountability. It's really hard to get away with anything, which is why I tell all of my clients, like, it's hard to get away with anything because we're constantly with you, right? Weekly group calls, Christian community of women that will help support you, lift you up. We talk about, prayer requests. It's very welcoming. You'll also learn proper goal setting through my unique Triva goal setting framework, which stands for target, reason, embody, be, and action, which of course we can go more into that in a different video, but also to help you understand your why. And the reason why this is very important for you is because this is what helps you be able to keep yourself accountable in the long run, because eventually you're not going to have a coach. I don't expect you to have a coach forever. I don't expect any of my clients to stay with me forever. As much as I love them and would love that, it's not my goal, because I wouldn't be a good coach if you had to rely on me for the rest of your fitness journey, right? So I'm teaching you these tools so that anytime you don't feel motivated, how to get back on track or how to transform that mindset to get there. And then this is just a couple of screenshots welcoming some clients in here, and then also just a client submitting a prayer request that we all, cover each other in prayer. So the fourth pillar, transitioning into that with a mindset, is the faith-based mindset transformation. So this is all encompassing, and it brings everything together of taking on the mind of Christ when it comes to your body image, relationship with food, and motivation in your journey. It's biblical affirmations and journaling. We're not doing this woo-woo meditation stuff. It's meditating on the word. It's also becoming aware of your habits, negative thought patterns, and overcoming them. And it's custom to you, because everyone's journey is individual. So this encompasses all of it together, the 4 pillars. It brings it all together in the fact of you're finally going to have freedom from binging. You're going to have freedom from restriction. You're no longer going to feel insecure in your body. You're going to feel confident in whatever clothes you put on, because now you're doing this in a way that honors the Lord. You're putting this mindset before your own feelings, right? And we know as Christians, we want to take on the mind of Christ and put God's will over our own. And so when we do that, it helps us stay more accountable. It helps us want to show up to work out. It helps us want to choose the right foods when it comes to nutrition, rather than just following an XYZ framework. It's no, that Jesus is in the forefront of this, and I'm going to follow suit to that. So that's what this mindset is helping you learn. And so with all of those 4 pillars, I want to show you the exact deliverables. And you can take a screenshot of this if you want. That I won't go over it just for time's sake, so I can save you some time. You can take a screenshot of it, but essentially, this one's going over nutrition and what's delivered there, what accountability looks like, and then also the fitness. And lastly, is our mindset stuff. So, all of this is in here. Go ahead and screenshot it. So, I just want to say, are you starting to see how valuable this method is? It's something that can absolutely transform your health. It can transform your life and just help you feel more yourself again. And so, again, this is only for driven Christian women who want to lose the extra weight while enjoying the foods you love: pizza, Chick-fil-A, ice cream, and keep it off for good. You want to fit into your favorite jeans again. You want to know how to trust your body with foods that you never have to go on a diet ever again. And you no longer have guilt around food, and you want to honor your body to God. If this is you and you're convinced, like, Faith, this is for me, I know this is going to transform my life, and you're a driven Christian woman, book a call with us. The link is below in the description. It's a free discovery call. But that way we can just see how we can help you, if we can help you. And, we'd love to be able to take that next step with you. So if you're not convinced yet, let's do some math in how, where we're at now to where we want to be. So here's the cost of taking action the traditional way. So the tangible costs: we have a personal trainer, you have to hire a nutritionist and dietitian, you need a life coach, eating out, all of these things are tangible costs. If we want to go on the low end of things, cost per session for a personal trainer is about $60. Usually it's more than that, probably like $100 or $120 a session. Nutritionist, probably $100 a session or per hour. Life coach, even more than that. Eating out on average is about $20 a meal, give or take, right? But if we think about the sessions per month, 8 sessions per month on personal trainer, that's only meeting with them twice a week, once a week with your nutritionist, once a week with your life coach. And then if you eat out, twice a week, if we do the math here, $480 a month for personal trainer, $400 a month for a dietitian, $500 a month for a life coach, and eating out is about $160. The cost per year, you can see how that just adds up really quickly. So the total cost, I did the math here, is about $1,500 a month if you take action the traditional way and hire them all separate, versus having it all in one. And then here's the annual cost if you were to take action the traditional way. It's expensive. It can definitely add up, right? So now we're seeing the cost of action, but let's also see the cost of inaction, of doing nothing. So future expenses to think about: obesity expenses. And this is some research that we've done to see, what those costs kind of look like: cardiovascular disease, life insurance, assisted living, all of these costs. It is very expensive to manage, not only like medications and different things like that. This is including all of that. The total cost of that is $5,678 per month and $68,000 a year. That is more than a lot of people's salary. That's about your average, median income salary. That's expensive, right? So some other expenses to consider is your mental health, lower energy levels, decreased quality of life, not being able to keep up with the kids, your lack of confidence, negative impacts on relationships, decreased socialization, constant feeling of being stuck. These are expensive things. Like, if we think of non-tangible price point things, right? I don't know if you're seeing it, but by you doing it the traditional way or doing what you've been doing, it does add up. And maybe it's something you don't see right now, but the most important questions are like, what is it costing you? And do you see it in this way? Right? Is it costing you your happiness, your joy? Is it costing you money? Are you seeing it in that way? And to kind of illustrate it for you, I want to give you an example of a Ferrari. So if I was going to sell you a Ferrari for $5,000, which is an insane price, right? We know the price of the Ferrari is like usually like 6 figures, right? And it's pink, by the way. You would do anything you could do to find that money. So you would probably ask friends and family, maybe take out a small personal loan. You would go through like PayPal credit, Affirm, Klarna, any of those things to make it happen, because, and you'd find a way to make it because you see the value in it, right? You can see the fact that if I get this Ferrari for only, I'm going to go back. If I get this for only $5,000, I can resell this and make so much more money off of it, right? And there's so much value behind getting it, and you would do anything that you could to do it. Now, this is just an analogy. My program is not $5,000, but if you're willing to do that for a Ferrari, why wouldn't you do the same thing for your health, right? Your health is way more worth it and way more important than a fancy car or anything materialistic that's of value. Like if we think about investing in a laptop or any, like even just a regular car that you want to buy. I mean, the list goes on, right? So I just want to put it in perspective for you that if you're not seeing the value in investing your health, then you're doing yourself a disservice that can cost you even more later on. It's probably costing you now. It's only going to cost you more later. So with that, I want to go ahead and go more into a couple of more results from my clients. So these are just within the past few months. Like obviously we can go on and on and on with client transformations, but I just want to start here with some wins. So enjoying food while going out with family, closed all of her fitness rings, completed journals for the week. She has healed more mentally from what she unpacked in that journaling, like what I was talking about earlier. This one is she loved her workouts. She feels stronger in her body. She has more energy. She's learning that she doesn't need to kill herself in the gym in order to get good results. Mentally, she's sharper. She's feeling some anxiety here and there, but she's getting better at shutting that down. This is a massive win because it's helping her just continually show up for herself and really get to where she wants to be. So another one is ate more than 1,000 calories, right? And slowly increasing. Ate a few cookies without guilt, and getting rid of the mindset of I've ruined my day, so may as well eat whatever I want, right? I'm sure you've been there, and this is something that she has overcome. I believe this is from Abby. This is Sienna. She came to me, really struggling with her weight as well. And now she's really confident in the gym. She's doing her own thing now. She's spread her wings and flies. She has spread her wings and now she's flying. And she's feeling really confident in her body. Can't believe how much energy I have. Lauren, this is a screenshot of her. She finally was getting off of her antidepressants, which is absolutely huge. Renee, she's in menopause as well. She's been able to lose weight and improve her body composition. I mean, these wins go on and on and on. This is Kyrie. She went from a place of struggling to actually gain weight, and now she's feeling really strong and has actually put on over 12 pounds. And for someone who struggles to gain weight, if you are that person, you know how hard it is. And so that's possible too with this program. Another one is I didn't want to quit. I'm walking more and drinking more water. Ate a small cookie the other day and not the entire box. See these changes, it's more habitual. And then they're seeing the physical results because of their mental and habitual changes, right? And these are a couple other before and afters. And then another one, this one is really sweet. She cried when she stepped on the scale. She lost 8 pounds, which she had been struggling for so long, like I'm talking years to get to where she's at. And this was only in a matter of, I think, 4 to 6 weeks. It was crazy. This is Christina, who I showed you earlier, and Emily. This is Mallory. She was breastfeeding 2 babies at once. And then all of these other transformations, these are all weight loss, trends here. And then this is a message from one of our clients, confident in decision making around food. Have learned that there's grace, enjoyed working out for the first time since running competitively. So happy to trust the Lord and decided to do this program. And now she's on her own too. 2 people have asked if I lost weight. I mean, look at all of these. You can screenshot them or hold it down, pause it, and read it. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And if you think that it's still not possible for you, I don't know what else to convince you with, because these are women from all different walks of life, all different struggles in life, all different schedules and accountability and all of that. And they've all made it possible for them. And so if you don't believe me, go ahead and check out what my clients have to say for themselves on YouTube. You can go to these exact videos. Just go back to my YouTube channel and you'll see these. You can click on them and watch them. So with that, seeing all these transformations, going over the cost of taking an action versus action, going from where you're at now to where you want to be. If you are a driven Christian woman and you want this lifestyle, you want to finally feel freedom in your body again, go ahead and click the link below to book a free Zoom discovery call with my team. The link is right below. So do not book this call if you are not ready to make a lifestyle change, right? We only work with women who are ready to take action. Do not want to take responsibility over your health. You don't see the value in investing in your health because if you don't, this isn't going to be beneficial for you. You just want to sit and chat. This is not time to waste time. We are only here to help women and point them in the right direction towards their goals. You're not willing to take action like my clients do. You're still wanting to try things on your own. If you're in that position and you don't have that willingness to change, then this isn't going to work for you either. You're wanting to still continue the diet that you're on. You're not ready to grow, learn, and try new proven methods to reach your goals. And you're going to continue to point the finger and not the thumb. You're going to blame everyone else and everything else for your results rather than taking that ownership. If you're like that, we don't like to work with women like that. And you're also, if you're expecting a quick fix programming or results, then this isn't for you either because this is a lifestyle transformation. It's not going to be an overnight fix to change your lifestyle or the way that you view yourself. That's not what this program is. So if any of these apply to you, do not book a call. So if you are, though, we definitely encourage you to because we would love to see how we can help you. So another thing I want to say with this is if you don't lose fat and have more food freedom in the first 90 days without restrictive dieting, you don't pay anything at all. And yes, I mean that. So if you don't see any changes at all, it's in my contract, my coaching contract, it's a money back guarantee because we are so confident in what we're doing that we can give this guarantee, but it's only for women that are driven, that take action, and are willing to see the results. So at this point, there's 3 options you can do here. You can join Rise Lifestyle Coaching and the Mindful Over Macros method. You'll get the results and your life changes for good. Life's awesome. You can also join us and not get the results, or you can try to continue to do things on your own, losing out on the most valuable asset, which is your time. And so only one of these guarantees you won't get the result, which we know which one that is. But since I have the money back guarantee, it seems like option 1 is the best thing for you. And, if you want to take action, if you're ready for that step, I mean, it's inevitable that you will get results. So again, this is for driven Christian women looking to lose the extra weight without restricting and enjoying all of these things, being able to finally feel free in your body, honoring your body to God, getting results, finally having a lifestyle that's sustainable without ever having to go on a diet again. Click below to book a Zoom call with us. Again, link is in description. So if you've made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. It's been an honor and a joy to have you here and listen to what I had to say. If this is something that you resonated with, I would love to connect with you again. Go ahead and book that call. Check out all of the other free trainings that I have here on YouTube. I also have a podcast that you can listen to, the Rise Lifestyle Podcast. Find me on Instagram at Faith Vines, or you can email me, riselifestylecoaching.com, at gmail.com, sorry. But yeah, thank you so much for getting this far in the video. I hope that this was encouraging to you, and we can't wait to see you on a call if you're able to book one. All right, I'll talk later.